Hey, what's up, YouTube land? This is your boy TJ, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Wrestling Nostalgia, where I give my reviews on the WWE shows and PLE events. And today we are going to be reviewing SmackDown February 9th, 2024. So let's go ahead and get into it. We basically opening up SmackDown with the Raw and SmackDown GMs already in the ring, Nick Atlas and Adam Pearce, and they are welcoming in the COO of WWE, Triple H. And he has a big announcement. He says that after the WWE press conference, the road to WrestleMania is set ablaze. And, just to clear the air, it is going to be Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And, he said he knows that it's going to be some people that's not going to like that decision. And, it doesn't matter what they like. That was a shot at The Rock. You better lay low. You better lay low, Triple H. You better stop coming at my man The Rock. You better stop coming at my boy The Rock like that, okay? You better stop. You better lay low. So basically, it is going to be Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania. So then that's when Nick Atlas and Adam Pearce basically announced that it is going to be qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber match for basically a number one contender spot for the World Championship, which is currently held by Seth Rollins. So the first match is going to be Drew McIntyre and Adam Pearce. I said Adam Pearce. Oh my goodness. Drew McIntyre and AJ Styles. So basically, it's going to be a bunch of qualifying matches. And they're going to determine who's going to be in the Elimination Chamber. When I seen all those names, I initially thought, I know they ain't going to put all these people in the Elimination Chamber match. That was my dumb self. I was like, oh, okay, there's going to be qualifying matches. They're just already showing you all the people, the participants that potentially could be in the Elimination Chamber match. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. But anywho, basically Drew McIntyre comes out and he lets it be known that, after, he put out the shirt of CM Punk, and rest in peace to CM Punk's WrestleMania main eventing aspirations. He said none of the proceeds are going to go to CM Punk. He's such a butthole for them, but he said that it's actually selling more than CM Punk's merch. I don't know. That remains to be seen, but I haven't seen it. But I mean, if it did, it did. But I don't know. It was just so crazy. This man he has to be stopped. But basically, he lets it be known that he's gonna go to save the World Championship. But first, he's gonna beat AJ Styles, and which he's in the way. But he's gonna beat him, and he's gonna win the Elimination Chamber, and he's gonna save the World Championship. And at WrestleMania, he is going to beat Seth Rollins. That remains to be seen, but we're gonna, see what he got in the ring. So in the ring, it is Drew McIntyre and AJ Styles, and they're tearing it up in the ring. They big chops, tornado DDTs, all that good stuff, like half flying moves. Like, it was a really good match, actually. They had a really good back and forth match, actually. But unfortunately for AJ Styles and his championship aspirations, it will not formulate in the Elimination Chamber match because he did lose. It was, he had a losing effort against Drew McIntyre. After he get in the ring, he ended up hitting a Claymore kick, kicking his head off. And 1, 2, 3, Drew McIntyre is going to go on to be in the Elimination Chamber match. So, yeah, it was a really good match, though. But moving on, Sami Zayn has an interview. He basically lets it be known that, he was basically last year he was in the main event at WrestleMania for night one. And, as time, winds down on the road to WrestleMania, it's not it's looking really bleak for him, basically, he says. But today, he's going to have to face Randy Orton, and it's going to be a challenge that he's ready to accept. So that remains to be seen, and we're going to see how him and Randy, works out. Anywho's, they pan the camera to Bailey, and basically, trying to hype the crowd up. They earlier in the match, in the night, they had showed that the whole damage control segment, and basically them, it's everything is over between damage control, and they're reiterating everything that happened last week. And they actually had a really great segment. It actually kind of reminded me of a little bit of the Triple H and Batista back in 2005 Road to WrestleMania, kind of like giving those type of vibes and everything, minus the whole them pretending, not pretending, but basically that whole limousine trying to run over Batista or whatever. Like it was a really good segment though. But anywho's, they we have another match with Bianca Belair and Michin, basically a elimination qualifying match. And they had a really great back and forth match as well. But unfortunately for her championship aspirations as well, Michin, they had a really great match though, by the way. But in a losing effort, Michin, it was one part in the match that she tried to do the like Styles Clash, and it didn't work. And I'm like, wait a minute, like y'all not even cool no more. Like, what are you doing? So basically, she tried to hit the Styles Clash. It doesn't work. They had a whole lot of back and forth, but unfortunately, like I said, she hits the KOD 1, 2, 3. She's going to be, Bianca Belair is going to be in the Elimination Chamber match. I mean, who else thought that like otherwise? Like the EST of WWE, they come on, like she definitely was going to be there. Like what? Like but anyways, moving on. Triple H and Braun Breaker are in the back. So Braun Breaker basically wants advice on which, offer should he pick Raw, SmackDown. Like there are really great offers, but he is interrupted by Paul Heyman. And then Paul, I guess he wants to have a word in with Triple H. Triple H said, "What do you want?" Like, and he was like, Paul Heyman was like, "Oh, well, I know that now is not a good time, but how about next week when I come in with the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, and The Rock, the Great One?" So he says, "All right, cool, I'm looking forward to it." So we're going to see how everything formulates. So in this next segment, it is Bayley, and basically she's addressing everything that happened and that, she really was like, she did everything what she have to get Damage Control off the ground. And then basically, she learned her lesson from all her other times and discretions, and that she learned her lesson that, like picking up like on the Japanese that they were talking trash about her. And then that, basically she just wanted to basically just end Damage Control and step out on her own. So basically Dakota Kai comes out and she lets it be known that like, oh, I was trying to contact you and everything like that. Like, are you ghosting me? Like, what's going on, Bayley? She said, cut the crap, Dakota. Like, you were right there when they were talking crap about me. You knew what was going on, this, that, and the third. She said, look, after everything that was going on between y'all, I thought everything would blow over. Like, Io did believe in Damage Control, and that she really she was down for it and everything like that. But she said until Asuka and Kyrie came around, that's when everything kind of went downhill from there, and they got in her head. So basically they're going back and forth. As you can see, like on Bayley's face, she's not really like buying it. And then this is when Damage Control comes out, and ironically, Dakota Kai just exited the ring, and I'm like, girl, you sitting up there trying to, convince her that like, oh, I'm here for you. Hey, what's going on? Like, no, we're friends. And then you just leave her in the ring. So then, Damage Control, or should I say, Io, Sky, Asuka, and Kairi Sane all surround the ring. And as they're about to attack, out comes back in the ring with the chair, Dakota Kai, and it looks like she's going to attack Bayley, but she doesn't. She ends up like swinging at the chair at everybody else, and then it looked like she was about to swing the chair at her, and then they just like, wait a minute, hey, what's going on here? Like, hey, like, come on now. And then that's when she puts the chair down, and she lets it be known, hey, look, we cool. So that ends that segment right there. And then the remaining members of Damage Control, the three of them, exit the ring. So I'm really loving this whole Damage Control segment and everything like that. It is really like pumping out gold to me. But it is really like heating up between these all these women. I'm loving it, but we're gonna see how everything formulates. So moving on, Randy Orton basically has a interview, and he lets it be known that like what's his name? Sami Zayn. Basically, Sami Zayn is right about the whole road to WrestleMania, that it's not guaranteed for anybody. Because, last year WrestleMania, I wasn't there because of my injury, and I had to learn patience and learn to win the strike. And unfortunately, with everything with me and Roman Reigns is going to have to like come to a halt. But basically, he lets it be known that he's still going to come after him. But right now, he needs to focus on the Elimination Chamber qualifying match, and he's going to reintroduce the three most deadliest letters, RKO. So we're going to see how everything formulates, but just a question, right? Do you think Sammy going to be Randy Orton? Just a question, but in this next segment, it is Bobby Lashley introducing B-Fab to the Pride, and it is official. They are in a stable together, B-Fab, Bobby Lashley, and the Street Profits. So I'm actually interested in seeing how the dynamics of them and then the final testament, that like how all of them are basically gonna mesh well. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing how everything gonna formulate with that. So in this next match, it is DIY versus Pete Dunne and Tyler Breeze, I believe. Tyler Breeze, yeah, Tyler Breeze. So many new people in the WWE. It's hard to keep up with all of their names. So basically, it is a really great back and forth match. It basically is a number one contender match for the undisputed WWE tag team championships. Not to get it confused with the world championship that's undisputed as well. So, anywho's, it is a really great back and forth match. Unfortunately, in a losing effort, DIY is not going to challenge again for the undisputed tag team championship. Like, it was a really, really great match. After like a whole lot of back and forth, like I said, in a losing effort, DIY tries to hit their double team move, the meet in the middle, but Tyler Breeze comes out and helps him out after a whole lot of like back and forth or whatever. Pete Dunne hits his the bitter end on Ciampa, and 1, 2, 3, they are going to challenge for the undisputed tag team championships, which are held by Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Which, speaking of Damian Priest, I hope to goodness he doesn't have a failed cash in, because the way that everything's going, like with Seth already injured, like I hope, saying like he cashes in on him and wins the world championship or something like that. I don't know like what they're gonna do with that man, but I just hope, send your Money in the Bank, he has a successful cash in. I don't know if they're gonna like spend all of us and then he cash in on Roman, which is very highly unlikely. But with Seth already injured, it just doesn't make sense for him to still be champion after WrestleMania. Like, let that man drop the championship and just have him have his surgery and come back better than ever, within some months or however long the healing process is going to be. It just won't make sense for him to be champion anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, he's been doing his thing. He's a great champion, everything like that, but it just doesn't make sense for him to be injured and still be holding on to the world championship. Like, let somebody else be champion. Like I said, no diss to him or nothing like that, but it just doesn't make sense. Like, your health comes first, bro. Like, you can't wrestle if you can't walk. So, I mean, that wouldn't be wise. But hey, in this next segment, it is Dominic Mysterio, and he has an interview, and he basically lets it be known that at Elimination Chamber, Rhea Ripley is going to defeat Nia Jax in her hometown, and he's going to go on to at Elimination Chamber, and he's going to win the chamber, and he's going to beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, and he is going to have matching belts with Mommy. I'm like, yeah, in what world? That's not going to happen. And then his opponent, of all people, he comes out, and it is KO, Kevin Owens, and he said, you're not going to I'm your opponent. I'm going to give you a beating of your lifetime, and I'm going to beat you. I was like, that part, because that's a little bit, not even a little bit, a lot more realistic, okay? You're not going to win, Tom. Matching championships, boy, dream on. So in this next segment, basically, it is Logan Paul, and he's furious because he asked Nick Atlas, for a challenger for his, United States Championship. And you put me in a qualifying match for the number one contender spot for the world championship. But then he was thinking about it. Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna have 2 championships, so thank you, Nick, and all this other stuff. So basically, he is okay with having a qualifying match and being in the elimination chamber. And yeah, we're gonna see how everything formulates with that. So, oh, and he's gonna face The Miz. He's gonna face The Miz, which is his ex tag team partner. So, anyways, it is finally the main event. So, Sami Zayn and Randy Orton has a really great match, really great back and forth, excellent chemistry in the ring. I haven't seen Sami or Randy really put on like bad matches, to be honest. Yeah, they haven't. Like, they really do put on really, really great matches. It was like a really fun back and forth match. It was crazy because, it could have either went either or, but who really thought that Randy was going to lose? I feel like it's going to be a really great Elimination Chamber match. Even though like we haven't, like the dust haven't like cleared or settled in yet, like far as all the participants, but I do feel like we're going to have like some stellar like moments and big time, like all that other good stuff. But anywho's, like after the match, after he hits the RKO 1, 2, 3 on Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre comes out and they face off. Man, I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like it's going to be them two at the bottom. I don't know why. I feel like the bottom two is going to be them two and they're going to battle it out. We're going to see like how everything formulates, but that is my review. Tell me what you think about SmackDown. Like, did you watch it? Like, did you miss it? Was it good? Was it great? Was it horrible? Let me know. Comment down below. And peace. TJ, I'm out.